My name's Ethan. Today in this video I'm going to show you about Image Synthesizer, a free web app I've made. You can go here to zalos.com/o/imagesynthesizer.html, or you can just get to it from my website zalos.com. If you're a programmer, the source code is fully available under MIT license if you want to know how this works. And let me show you an example. All you need to get started is a source pattern image to synthesize from. I'm going to be using this terrain. It is a grayscale height map that you would use for like a game to represent the map. This would be like a mountain, and this would be like a valley here. So straight away, it'll be on the options to synthesize an 100 by 100 image. So I'm just going to run this, and you can see here it has generated an image that somewhat matches the pattern of our original image. This is what the synthesizer does. If you run it again, you'll see it generates another completely random image that follows the same patterns. So this is the core of the image synthesizer. It will take your input pattern and try to generate a new pattern from that. Now, it is not perfect though. You might be able to see there are little cracks and things here. This can be fixed up with quantization. Quantization here is how close two pixels need to be considered equal. So to give you an example, on the far range, if you did 100 quantization, it'll just give you noise because each pixel is equal with each other. But if you do it to something like 30, you can see it's noise, but we have little lighter and darker areas like a gradient. And lower it a bit more to 15, you can see it's sort of fixed up the cracks from the last generation at the expense of noise. So the quantization is sort of a way to fit together parts of the image that don't fit together. Now to show you the other end of that, if you do zero quantization so that pixels need to be absolutely equal, you can see it gives you direct seams. This is because some pixels can never end up connecting to each other. There are parts of the image that just don't connect here, so it's forced to put in parts that don't fit in. Quantization though allows it to find some parts that aren't exactly equal but fit in a little bit better. So you're sort of exchanging quality of the original pattern for quality of the synthesized result. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is pattern size, and this is the biggest effect I think on your generated patterns. Similar to quantization, if you do zero pattern size, it will generate noise. So this will basically just give you random noise from your original image's colors. But if you just increase the pattern size to 1, you can see here it now begins to get some of the patterns from the original image, and as you increase this, it will give you more and more larger details from your original image. So much that if you finally increase it to a large enough size, it will just try to completely copy your original image. So for example, if you do zero quantization and like 100 pattern size, basically what's considered perfect quality would be zero quantization, so no pixels that aren't equal are considered equal, and a pattern size that's so big that it covers your source image. So it's hard to see here, but this is actually just copying the lower half of the source image. But that's just to give you an idea of what this program is actually doing. If you set the settings to perfect, it will just copy your original image and tile it. And finally, I want to show you what I think is the most powerful part of this image synthesizer, the auto tiling. So these source and synthesize tiling options you might see here. Source tiling is if the image you're inputting is already a tiling image. Ours isn't, so we're going to leave this unchecked. Synthesize tiling though is if you want to have your synthesized image be tiling. Now we're going to reset our quantization and pattern size to 10 and 10 because this is a nice setting, gives nice results. But if you run our synthesized tiling here, and now if you try to tile this image in an image editor, you will see it actually doesn't tile. We have these little lines of noise at the top right here of the image. So there's actually a feature specifically in this for fixing that. This synth tiling passes. This will go over the image a second or third or fourth time, however many times you want, and fixed up these little seams. The reason why you can do it as many times as you want is sometimes it can never fix all the seams. If you look here, it has generated a tiling seamless pattern from a non-tiling image. So I think any game developers or artists who are creating textures for 3D models or anything, this should be super useful, being able to just take an existing pattern and generate a new seamless tiling pattern from that. I hope this image synthesizer is useful for you. It's completely free with no ads or trackers. If you want, you can donate to support development. If you have any feedback, feel free to let me know. I'm active on Discord, Twitter. I have my email on my website. Thank you for watching.